What's up everybody, Jason Page here. Welcome back to another light painting tutorial. In this video, I'm going to talk all about the silhouette technique and show you how to use an axe to create this image right here. The silhouette technique is one that can be used in all kinds of different light painting applications, but the basic premise of it is to create an image within another image, and we'll be doing that in camera, all in a single exposure. The main theory of this is one that I talk about in a lot of these videos, and that is light erases dark. So in a light painting, you can use light to erase the darker parts of an image. In this video, what we'll be doing is creating a silhouette of this axe, and then I'll be creating another image within the silhouette of this axe. Again, doing that all in one single exposure. The brighter parts of the image are going to be all along the outside edge. The axe itself is going to be dark, the silhouette, and that's going to allow me to create another light painting within that silhouetted part of the axe. I'm going to have my uncle stand in for this one, and he's going to be standing back behind me here. So for the first part of the image, what I'm going to do is hold the axe about a foot away from the lens, focus on the axe, use the black fiber optic to create some fiery effect all around the outside frame. So the outside frame will be all bright, but I'll have a nice dark silhouette of the axe itself. Then I'm going to change the focus to where my uncle is standing and create the light painting of him holding the axe. And as long as everything is lined up correct, he will be in that dark silhouette of the axe. Going back to that concept of light erases dark, because this part is dark, the new light or light painting that I'm adding to this single exposure will be within that silhouette. It's going to give the effect of this double exposure or layered effect. Almost looks like you create it in Photoshop, but it's done in real time in a single exposure. The tools that I'm going to be using are the black fiber optic. This has a white screw-on color filter that I've put some orange, red, and yellow gels in there to give this kind of fiery effect. The light that I'm using for the black fiber optic is the Soonfire MX66 light, attached via the universal connector. I'll be using the black fiber optic to create the silhouette of the axe, and then I'll also be using the black fiber optic to give a fiery effect around my uncle where he's standing in the frame. The only other thing I'll be using is a flash, and this is the Canon Speedlight 430, and I have a blue gel over this. I'll be using this to backlight my uncle as well as separate him from the background, and the color combination of the fiery effect in the blue I think works really well together. The settings that I'm using are ISO 100 f8, shooting on bulb mode. I'm not sure exactly how long this exposure is going to be yet, but probably somewhere around 3 minutes. The first thing I'm going to do is line up the head of the axe in the shot to create the silhouette. Now I'm focused about a foot in front of the camera, and that is where the axe head will be to create the silhouette. Using the live view function along with the grid is going to help me line up the axe in the shot. Now I know exactly where my uncle is going to be in this shot because we've predetermined his location and made a mark on the ground, so we know that he's going to be in the exact same location each time we do an exposure. Now that we have that lined up, I'm going to go ahead and start the exposure and come in with the black fiber optic with those gels in there to create the silhouette of the axe. It's very important that my uncle holds the axe as still as he can throughout this whole process. What I'm doing is illuminating the axe from the back side, pointing the light directly at the camera, and I'm just going all around the axe, making sure that I fill the frame with light. Now I'm standing directly in front of the lens, essentially blocking the lens or capping the lens with the black shirt that I have on. I'm doing this just so I can illuminate the scene a little bit so my uncle can walk in there and find his spot on the ground where he is going to stand. Now I'm coming in with the black fiber optic just to give me a little bit of light so I can see to change the focus. Exposure is still running, but I'm essentially again capping the lens so this light will not be picked up in the camera while I'm changing the focus. Now that I have the focus set, I'm going to go in and create the fire effect all around my uncle, again using the black fiber optic. throughout this whole process, the exposure is running. Now what I'm doing is just going all around my uncle. Again, very important that he stays as still as he can throughout this whole process. A little tip that I learned from Johnny Griffin is that flames or fire always kind of flicker up. So when you're creating it, when using the black fiber optic, it really helps to kind of flick the fiber optic up, because that's what a flame does naturally. The flame kind of flickers up. It doesn't like go down or drag along the ground. It always kind of flicks up. So I like to do that with the fiber optic. And I'm just going all around the ground here, really putting in a lot of this fire effect down around his feet and on the ground. The only other thing I'm doing here is using now the speed light with the blue gel to backlight my uncle and give him this nice silhouette, as well as illuminate the scene. The most important part here is that I'm making sure that I'm lining up my body with my uncle so I don't have any weird unwanted silhouettes in the final image. Now we'll stop the exposure and see what we got. And there you go, we got a nice silhouette of the axe there with all that orangey fire kind of coming off all throughout the entire frame. Then we have my uncle nicely silhouetted there right in the blade of the axe where I wanted him to be. We have that fiery effect going on around him to create that silhouette, as well as that nice blue that I think really adds to this image. I think the blue and the orange work really well together, and I think it turned out pretty cool. All right guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you, Jay, very much for shooting with me. He was very patient with me, and we shot that quite a few times to get everything lined up. It is not easy to get everything lined up and to create this in-camera double exposure looking image. So again, thank you very much to Jay for being patient and helping me shoot this video. If you guys want to, leave him a comment down below. Say thanks, Jay, for helping shoot the video. I truly appreciate it, and I know that you guys out there do too. And he would get a kick out of seeing people comment his name down there and just say thanks, Jay. So if you'd be so kind, put something down there below for him. This technique is not the easiest one. It'll take you some time, but once you get everything lined up, you can create some really amazing images that look like, you know, they were created in Photoshop, but they are created in real time in a single exposure straight out of the camera. I would love to see what you guys do with it. If you use the technique, please do share the images with me. Tag me in your images. I would love to see them. I love to check them out. I love to see how people use these tutorials and create their own images with your own imagination, your own creativity, and just see how you guys run with it and turn it into something that I would have never thought of. Thank you guys very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give me the thumbs up down below. If you'd be so kind, leave Jay a comment down below. Say thanks, Jay, for shooting. He'd appreciate seeing those as well. And until the next video, oh, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button as well. And until the next video, get out there and get creative.